Responding to Lilly misinformation and helping new players. RageGaming. Admit Diaz made some serious false accusations. Yeah, okay, let's go, dude.
Go back to more lies and intentional misinformation to fill for ads. Or at least that's apparently what we do. I've got a pretty weird video for you today. Drama content is not the type of channel we want to be. Obviously,
Yeah, just misleading new players for ad money is the content you want to be, I guess.
farming drama is something you can be successful on YouTube with, but it's not for us. So just skip this video if you're not interested in any reference to PoE.
I should open? Here's what I'm gonna do at the end of this video. I'm going to open a timer. I'm going to start it and see how long before I can get a piece of just a gigantic bait for noobs. I'm gonna start a timer and see how long it takes me.
Drama of any kind. Unfortunately, we feel forced to talk about it because we've had a pretty negative video reference us as part of it. So we just want the fair chance to respond and acknowledge what was said, rather than let misinformation it spawned be spread around us, ironically. I also sound
Also, nobody writes stupid comments. Nobody harass them or anything despite their bad videos.
a bit off today. Sorry about that. I am recovering from a cold, so I hope it's not too annoying. So what we do here is myself, Aaron, there's Josh and Zach. We play games, we cover them, we make videos. This is a YouTube channel.
And you're wrong in every single one I have ever watched. I have never watched it. Actually, I've watched one video. I have watched one video of theirs. I skimmed through it where I did not hear something incredibly wrong. Every video they did in Last Epoch, within 30 seconds, there was something wrong. The only video I've seen from them is they basically take what Jungron was doing and just react to his video, and I didn't see anything wrong. Out of all their videos I've seen, I've probably seen like a couple dozen. And I have never seen him not say something wrong within the first couple minutes.
Channel that we've been working
And by him, I mean any of them,
on for over a decade, and it comes from the fact that we just play games together, we really like them, we make videos. Over the last
Yeah, that's fine, right? But then you call it the best thing in the game when it's trash or something.
few years, we've had a lot of success.
Yeah, okay, context on the drama for who doesn't know. This guy uploads a ton of videos for every noob game that comes out, slaps the word best on it when what's actually in the video is not anywhere close to the best. And they just like try and grab every single new viewer they can with like really clickbait thumbnails, but I don't really judge videos on thumbnails, but it's just like, you know, it's kind of the point. They kind of really lean into it. Thumbnails, I think at this point, I've reached the point where you can't really tell if a video is going to be trash by the thumbnail. Like, you do what you got to do in your thumbnail. People click what they click, right? You need the red arrows and stuff. Like, putting a red arrow in your thumbnail, like, doubles your views a lot of the time, so it's nothing about their thumbnails or anything like that, but their thumbnails are kind of over the top. But so are mine. That's just what you do. But the problem is, do this now, best divine orbs and rare currency farm guide. This is not the best divine orb and rare currency farm guide. In fact, it's not even close.
In the fact that we'd work together to create informative content.
That's the problem. Not that they're making content and they're wrong. It's that they make content and they mislead people for the YouTube money.
Based on our own experience. That experience always comes from prior to launch research, a lot of discussion, and a lot of grind and in-game experience when we actually get to play. The games we pick to do this for are exclusively games we're very interested or very passionate about. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to give all the time that we do. The thing is, for PoE 2, we knew going in there was going to be some issues, based on some weirdness that popped up before it actually launched. I'd played PoE 1 casually, I knew it was a very special game, I thought PoE 2 was going to be good. When I was new to PoE 1 and making videos about that, the community that was watching and helping, there was just really positive vibes, like great information, answering the bajillion questions I had. But much later in the lead up to PoE 2, I had a very different experience. For some reason, there was now a much bigger gatekeeping vibe, even from other creators. We knew that a lot of people were going to be trying PoE for the first time with PoE 2. So our goal for covering PoE 2 is very simple. Play the game a lot, learn a lot, and then try to make videos that talk about that new player experience.
Getting baited by YouTube. Dude, how long has he made videos? Let's see.
Who's ready?
14 years of videos and he's still getting baited by XDD chatters in the comments to the point where he has to pull them up in a video. 14 years, that's gotta be tiring.
Information that's going to be specifically useful for other new players. Which means our videos are not trying to be for the ultra endgame grinders of the game. So probably not like super PoE, trying to be specifically useful for other new players. Which means our videos are not trying to be for the ultra endgame grinders of the game.
Then why are they titled, Do This Now Best Divine Orb and Rare Currency Guide? Why don't you title it, A Way to Make Some Money as a New Player? Why do you have to lie? Why do you have to lie?
So probably...
Yeah, make it casual farming guide for casual player if that's what you want, not the best farm. Yeah, I mean, I know why. It's because it gets them more viewers and more money, but...
Probably not like super PoE 1 experts. So that brings me to the reason we're actually talking about this. We expected the people who are rude or even gatekeepy to continue to dislike us. There's not much you can do about that. But now we have this whole video that we're part of an overall subject.
Nobody's gatekeepy. Like, people get upset when people call out people who don't know what they're doing because then those people probably don't know what they're doing either, and they're like upset that they're not the best at something. Like, yeah, it sucks. Some people aren't the best at something. Nobody's like, most people aren't the best at something. Yeah, it sucks, but like, that's the way it is. That's the way everything is. It's not any different in a video game. And when you market it as you're the best at something, you're going to get called out. That's the way it works. You're not the best. It's fine. Just don't tell people you're the best when you're the not.
Of that's claiming we're spreading terrible information you shouldn't listen to. So we're going to talk about that, and specifically what was said and what we disagree with. But right before we do that, I think it's really important to say this. We do not want or need you or anyone to attack the creator we're about to talk about. We are not looking
don't do that.
To spread like negative comments or any form of harassment. It doesn't matter what they said about us or anything we've made. It doesn't matter.
Listen, they can make as many videos as they want misleading new players, but don't like harass them.
We are making this video to respond to the issue, so please...
If you do that, you're cringe.
Please do not attack this.
Attack the content, not the person.
So the creator. It's probably just a misunderstanding. Maybe this video will clear it up. If not, it doesn't matter.
There's no misunderstanding.
We're not going to talk about it again. So... this video was uploaded by DS Lilly, a creator in the Path of Exile space. DS Lilly describes a few creators they've got different issues with, and so they have criticisms for us as well, which is fine. But there was a lot of extreme things that seemed very based on bad faith more than anything that I want to talk about. So let's start.
Bad faith? I've put more research into this guy's channel than I put into guides and builds on PoE. I have watched countless videos of this guy.
Start with the first topic.
Of all YouTube creators, I've probably watched this guy the most because it's hilarious how wrong he is sometimes.
Creating videos for the pure purpose of length and ad revenue at the expense of new players. So right off the bat...
oh my god, he actually put the ball gargler guy commenter in the video. He actually, oh my god, dude, he loved that comment. This channel should not be hated by PoE veterans. After watching DS Lilly video, I thought this channel was like Kide Games, which the guy does not know what he's talking about. Wait, dude, they're actually including this where they shit on Kide Games, which is just as bad as this channel? Holy. I'm surprised they didn't cut that part out for the video. Which the guy does not know what he's talking at all, but my dear RageGaming, you are doing fine, thumbs up. I watched a bunch of your videos searching for bad advice, but honestly, you are actually doing a good job helping new players, maybe not as PoE 1 streamers, but still very good. Alright, check your bank account, Dexy Kai.
Every video I've made about my progression of my mercenary, so the different build videos about that journey, I've been cutting down into the topics and things that I feel don't get to the point fast enough on. So on average, if I uploaded those videos flat out, they'd be easily 40-50 minutes long. I've got notes about each topic that I tried to clean up to result in the most condensed version possible. I get...
what? Bro, every time I watch their videos, they like just are rambling for 20 minutes. And then they contradict themselves in like 2 seconds.
them as close to 20 minutes or less if I can, and Josh and Zach do the same thing. So we actually try to make these videos as short as we can make them.
Dude, as short as you can make them? 24 minutes. Wait, okay. Okay, here is this video. This video is, where is it? Where's the one reacting to Jungron? Let's see. He has a video where he's essentially reacting to Jungron. Okay. So this is 12-minute video of reacting to the build Jungron's done. Here we go. Come on, YouTube. YouTube, let's go. Come on. Come on. Why are you dying on me?
From the Spirit Reservation.
Okay, so yeah, they like pull up Jungron's video, and it is 12 minutes long of them talking about his video, right? And then, do they even link his video? Do you think this video is his?
A few people.
They do not even link his video, do they? That's cool. That's cool, they don't even link his video, so I have to go find it. Let me see, Jungron? And, the original video is half the time of these guys' video. Literally half the time. The original video, which has better information from somebody who actually knows what they're doing, is half the time of this video. Like, are you kidding me?
Following on from that, DS Lilly talks about terrible information and how that can create drama, like when a build is considered 20% less optimal or perfect than it could be. And that's interesting as a concept. DS Lilly talks about terrible information and how that can create drama, like when a build is considered 20% less optimal or perfect than it could be. And that's interesting.
I said some creators will cause a drama over 20% less optimal. But that's not even what these guys do. These guys have just, like, there's a difference between a build being 20% less optimal and just saying something unequivocally false. Those are two different things. And what I'm saying is, in the inner PoE circles, the drama is traditionally two people make the same build. One person is better than at making builds, like they're just objectively better, their version is better by a percentage in the range of probably like 5% to 20% or something, and they will flame the person who made the worst one. That's like 90% of PoE1 dramas. And what I was saying is that PoE1 ecosystem for creators is actually pretty good. It's actually very hard to find videos that straight up just give you completely and utterly wrong information. It's usually just a few nodes that are messed up on the tree that leads to it being less than optimal. They do not give just straight false information like these guys do on a lot of videos. That's the difference. And I don't know if he like missed that or what. I don't know. If he's just making the perfect video for me to farm his content.
Interesting as a concept because I saw this exact experience days ago in PoE 2. I was working on my mercenary and I found a lot of fun and power with the gas grenade build. I wanted to play mercenary, I saw the cluster grenade skill and wanted to lean into that as the core of the build, but as I actually started to play early access release, it was obvious gas grenade was better. By the time I got to cluster grenade, it didn't even feel that good. But eventually in the end game, it became more and more clear that gas grenade was simply not strong enough as an option compared to other more popular builds being discussed at the time. Largely because gas grenade, the skill, was nerfed by about 40% damage at the top end. So even though I was doing well in my videos and able to clear content, people were asking me to cover a different build because it didn't seem worth it.
Wait, I don't get it. Is this even this? What does this have to do with what I said?
Investing into. So I took a look at what was popular and strong for mercenary at the time.
Wait, what does that have anything to do with what I was talking about?
I saw a variety of builds at that point about the
Maybe he'll get to it.
lightning-based crossbow setup. Aeroplaying Gaming is a YouTuber and streamer who is making videos about this topic. Someone who'd also recently given up the gas grenade concept. I liked his take, I liked his explanations, and I started my own setup using his guide. But I found it was overly expensive in terms of designs for me at the moment. I thought it would still work well if I toned things down back expense-wise, made different adjustments to the build, and found what worked well for me. Obviously my output wouldn't compete with his more idealistic items and optimal setup that was obviously more expensive. And even though my setup was certainly different in a variety of ways, I still got started with that setup thanks to Aero playing.
Okay, look, even in this video, he is yapping about basically nothing. Nothing he has said in the last 40 seconds has any value to it.
Gaming. So in my video,
like, it has nothing to do with my original point.
With my
He
current
can't even help doing it in this video.
setup and plans,
Unless I'm missing something. I don't know.
credited him and wanted to point people his way if they wanted a more ideal take on the build.
Do you think he linked that video in his description? Do you think? Or is it? I don't know. Is this one?
Could easily pick up a
Aeroplane? Do you
And
think
it
he
would
linked the
have-
video?
just
I
go say
mean,
hi.
okay, he says it in the video, but does he actually link the guy's video? No, of course not. Of course he doesn't actually link the video, does he? No? I mean, I could be missing it, so if he does it, then he does it, I guess. But yeah, he doesn't even link this guy's video, of course. I mean, I didn't have to check, but...
even if it is more expensive.
Oh yeah, maybe it's in the comments. Nope, it is not pinned in the comments. Okay. Links does he? He links a Mobalytics build. See the build here, moba.lol. Oh. Wait. Let me see. Nope, this is by RageGaming videos. And that's fine. That's fine. Like, it's his own version. There's no problem with that, but I don't know, like, he can't even link this guy's channel in his description.
That and was really nice about the crediting. He said,
I mean, okay, granted, in my calling out video, I did not link these guys' channels because they don't deserve it.
my budget take on the concept would actually be a lot easier for people to pick up and looks like it works well. But in the same video, he talked about that.
But normally I do it. I normally do that.
He also had someone attacking him for his build based on its single target output for
Whoa,
pinnacle.
whoa, why are we talking about this guy? Wait, why are we talking? Look, he cannot help but ramble in these videos for 10 minutes to manage to get past 8-minute mark for the ad revenue. And maybe throw a couple more in there because you can, in the YouTube studio, you can actually control how many ads you put in. So he can put one like every 30 seconds. I don't know what it's looking like because I don't get ads, but you know. Like, he can't even help but ramble in this. Why is he talking about this guy?
Boss killing and how it wasn't good enough. And it's crazy to me to see someone so informed and clear in his understanding like that still getting attacked by someone else who feels like their setup is just
I don't know, we're like 2 minutes in and he's like just not even talking about me.
And despite the way they were very rude to Aero, he still talked about their build and was very kind to them, even like shouted them out, even if he felt like it left you too squishy or had that or this issue. So I found that really interesting in this context because I'd made a budget version of the popular stronger build so I could transition into it from a different build. Aero could have done exactly what this other person did to him. My build isn't technically as strong as his more expensive version.
No, these are completely different concepts. These are not even relevant. This is completely different concepts. This has nothing to do with what I've said. Yes, this is still my response video. Can you see that they cannot even manage to do a proper response video where they talk about the video they are responding to? They just cannot help themselves.
But instead, he just appreciated the acknowledgement and liked what I did as a better starting point. So yeah, just a funny parallel. Aero is the type of creator that...
A funny parallel? That's not parallel. This is like...
want to support and shout out every chance that I get. He's still making great high-end content, so I want you to check him out. He's obviously ultra experienced with PoE, and I'm much more new, so I make content for newer players. But this...
Then why, if you make it for newer players, why are you misleading them with bait titles?
Despite that, he still experienced someone kind of attacking him for his video, and here I am experiencing the same thing. So let's continue.
This is not the same thing.
DS Lilly calls us...
There's a difference between saying... There's a difference between saying, hey, your build is bad because you missed 10% damage that was really obvious, and saying, this person is just saying things that are straight up wrong. Those are not, like, those aren't parallels. Those are two completely different things. Like, I never said this guy's builds were 10% worse than what you should do. I say he's completely wrong in many of the things he says.
game tourists, suggesting that we put out bad information to cash in on the hype because we don't understand anything. But at the same
Okay, sorry. You understand some things, but not enough to make a good video.
time, they do end the video with this text: game tourists are fine if they don't lie for views. So there's two sides to that to talk about: game tourists as a concept and lying for views. Game tourism I always viewed as people like on Twitter who whine about Ciri being the main character in Witcher 4, even though that makes
What?
complete sense, even though that should be the canon ending of Witcher 3, and that seems like what they went for, even though the books are all basically about Ciri and Geralt's just a big player in her story. Even though it makes complete sense that Ciri is the lead in The Witcher 4, people still whine about it because they've obviously never read the books or played the games. They're pretending to care about the source material to farm outrage content or whatever. That feels like tourism to me. Meanwhile, we play Path of Exile 2 every day. We've been playing since early access. Zach even had multiple times where he went to LA to play the game early, and we made many videos about Path of Exile 2.
I wish I had met them at that event. I wish I had met them at an event. I was there. I wish I had met them. If I had knew they were there, dude, I would have said hi.
Before it released, well before. I made videos about
Maybe I could have talked some sense into them and told them what not to do.
Path of Exile 1 while I was learning it. So by the way I define tourism or gaming tourism, we aren't that. But I think what DS Lilly might be
We aren't that. Do I need to define a tourist for these guys? Tourist, a person who's traveling or visiting a place for pleasure.
You've got mail.
I mean, I guess actually they're not a tourist. They're doing it for money.
Interesting is that the fact that we
Maybe they're technically not tourists by that definition.
cover different games throughout the year, rather than say sticking to one game always. For example, we cover the Monster Hunter series every big launch, every major update. We've been fans of the game series forever. Josh has literally played every single
What does this have to do with anything?
one of them. But we don't always and only make Monster Hunter videos. Does that make us game tourists for Monster Hunter?
How does he not understand what a tourist is? Is this like an American slang dialect or something? I don't understand how he doesn't know what a tourist is. No, you are a main Monster Hunter. You are not a Monster Hunter tourist. You are a channel with the focus on Monster Hunter. That is your main game. You're not a tourist for that game.
I don't think so. We just cover
No, you're not a tourist for that game. You're a tourist for PoE.
what we're most interested in, and usually that's when something new is in the game, such as a new release or update. It makes sense that we'll eventually take a break from PoE and talk about it more when there's a big update or relevant changes like the new classes in early access or
AKA a game tourist. And there's nothing wrong with that. People will play the new game for a bit and then go play another game. There's nothing wrong with that. He's getting so caught up on the word tourist when the problem was you're a game tourist and lying to people.
season 1, whatever. But we absolutely are playing this game quite a lot. Then we
That is again irrelevant.
have the topic of lying for views. Obviously, and I do mean obviously, we don't spread misinformation for games.
Dude is now best divine orbs and rare currency farm guide. Speedrun, 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 speedrun. Speedrun, speedrun, speedrun. Boom. Speedrun. That atlas is terrible for farming currency. How many seconds was that? Did someone keep count? I should have opened W split. I should have opened W split. Thanks for the prime, Zal.
Or ever intentionally. The only reason a guide video does well and is ever received well is because the information it provides is both relevant and useful. If you
Oh god. Dude, he's even lying in this video. He knows damn well that's not true. He knows damn well that's not true. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous.
were putting out bad or wrong information,
A good title and a good thumbnail is 90% of your views. Now, it's not going to be, that's not necessarily going to translate to making money, because if someone just clicks it and then clicks off it instantly, they didn't watch the ads, right? So it doesn't translate to money, but it 100% translates to views. Like, it is 90% your thumbnail and your title.
you'd get feedback, trust me. The video wouldn't do well and it'd be received poorly. If I
No, that is not true. Even videos that I release that people hate, when I say something controversial like PoE should be hard and you should lose, basically. Even those videos which have a 60% like ratio, which is absolutely abysmal, they still do well. Your video does not have to be well received to get good likes or to get good views.
Said something that's straight up wrong, which is possible, that would be my bad and I would get comments about it. Then in my next video, I'd need to talk about it, apologize, update the information, and continue.
Okay. All right, let's do that. If you do that, all right, let's go through all your videos that you're gonna have to update and make an update, say sorry I was wrong. I mean, I think like if you're wrong and you update it or delete the video, of course you won't delete the video if it's like really wrong because that's losing money. But you know, I mean, no, he's not updating these videos that are ended up being outdated. No, he doesn't do that.
Continue to try to provide accurate info. That's what we do. I think everyone can understand that. Even DS Lilly has apparently had issues with this recently. Back when we were learning how you unlock your ascendancy points in the endgame, there was a lot of wrong information being spread. DS Lilly did the same thing. It happened.
Dude, you see the title. Do you see the title? Outdated / wrong info. Literally, yes. I was fucking wrong, and I said I was wrong. Oh my god. And do you know why it became outdated? Do you know why it became outdated? Because in that video, it was bugged. In the video, trials were bugged. And then they fixed the trials and people thought they were still bugged, but they were not bugged. So I made a new video explaining how to actually get it, and I labeled this one outdated wrong info, so people would not get baited. This can't be real, dude. Oh my god.
Happens. And I don't think DS Lilly was intentionally lying for views.
Yeah, that's why I changed the video. I didn't leave the video up with the same thing, how to get all your ascendancy points, when the video was wrong. That's the entire point, my dude. I'm pointing out that it has wrong info, not saying it's the best guide still.
Intentionally lying for views. But, you know, based on the issues DS Lilly discussed, it's also possible we're talking about titles like best X or Y topic.
Oh my god.
Like best currency guide as they looked at, or best build guide or whatever it is. YouTube titles and thumbnails want to draw you in, to make you check.
So you can do that without lying. I do that on every fucking video. I have the world's worst clickbaity thumbnails, and it doesn't matter because you click the video and then the info is actually good.
Check out the video. It is incredibly common, even as outlined by DS Lilly.
There's like a difference. You don't have to lie to make it clickbaity.
That video, that people write stuff like best build in their titles in the hopes people will watch it. Those titles are so common for a reason because
because you lie for more views at this. Of course it's common.
Work better than quite good we think build guide, or above average build guide, or build guide where we really tried our best. And it's not even inaccurate. If I've made the best X topic video I could, that's true.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's the best video I can make, so I'm titling it's the best. Of course, I tried my best. It must be the best.
But as is well known at this point, it's the nature of YouTube. It's for the person that clicks on the video to decide whether that information was accurately good or not and useful, and then they choose to watch the next one or not. It's certainly...
No, it's not the same people watching your builds. It's not like... Dude, you know how many people play this game? Each video, you're getting different viewers. Dude, nice image. Oddly relevant.
It doesn't mean we're rubbing our hands together.
Why is goober blocked on Twitch as a word?
In the hopes that we successfully...
Why is that auto-modded?
Deceived someone? It means we worked on something and we want...
Wait.
In the hopes that we successfully...
Come on, YouTube.
Good or not and useful, and then they choose to watch the next one or not. It certainly doesn't mean we're rubbing our hands together in the hopes that we successfully deceived someone. It means we worked on something and we want it to do well. I'm sure you know the feeling.
Of course you're not rubbing your hands together and getting excited that you just successfully deceive someone. You upload 25 videos a day. You don't have time to do that. You just know it's going to happen. You don't even need to think about it.
Yes, Lilly does the same thing since many of their
Yeah, I like how you, oh man.
videos are labeled similarly. For example, I had a setup where I was using XP farming and some increases to my drops while mapping. DS Lilly claimed that setup is quote, poop trash for currency drops. And it's more like, yeah, it definitely could be adjusted to be more optimal specifically for drops, which is
Your entire, the best orb, divine orbs and rare currency farm. Why would that not be what the Alice tree is for? How can he say his videos aren't misleading? And then he says, yeah, actually the Alice I showed wasn't about the subject of the video. I just wanted to show that one because it's different. I don't know. It's not anything to do with what the video had to do with.
which is fair, but it doesn't mean my discussion about the topic will ruin the life of a new player. Of course not. And that's what
No, it won't ruin the life of the new player. They'll just get to maps and wondering why they're starting to focus on money. And then they're like, wow, I'm really not dropping anything. And it's because their Atlas is wrong. So you're just wasting their time. Or for example, I haven't really looked in depth at what this guy does for like build guides. But for example, if a new player watches a build video and the build is just terrible, why is it a good thing that you waste 50 hours of their time? They level as a campaign as it, they get to end game and the build doesn't work. And they just wasted 50 hours. I don't know why people think that's a good thing. People are always like, yeah, just let the bad content stay out there. Why would you even call them out? Just leave it out there and let new players get baited. They'll get filtered out. Or like the content creators will get filtered out. No, they don't get filtered out. Like this guy's not filtered out. He's still uploading videos even though he uploads things that are just like wrong. And then players will quit the game because they just wasted 50 hours of their time when they have like 50 hours of free time in a year or something. Like that's the problem. I don't know if people can think this is a good thing.
where we get particularly silly now. DS Lilly stated that we, quote, probably have made thousands of people stop playing the game because people were following our information, which is
yeah, that's what happens. Who would play 50 hours for a game? They have a terrible experience due to following misinformation. Why would they keep playing the game if they're not having fun because they've been following something terrible that doesn't function? I'm not saying their build guides necessarily do, because I haven't actually looked at their build guides. I generally look at their like general tips and stuff, and they're just things that are completely wrong.
is wrong and misleading. And I think that's really bad faith. Like, let's talk about misleading information. DS Lilly said we encourage bad trading etiquette in my currency farm video. One topic I talked about is obviously trading and what to do if you don't know how to price an item. My suggestion was this: just list it and do your best guess. If you don't get really any whispers, you probably priced it too high. So you want to lower it until eventually you do get.
Wait, that is literally the. No, did I mishear? No, this is the opposite of what he says in the video.
Hello?
This is the opposite of what he says in the video. Am I crazy? No. I could have been wrong on this. But there's no way he just straight up lies like that. He literally says the opposite. He literally, I swear to God, he said okay. I could be wrong on this. Let me see. How to price things and manage it. Okay, so in the original call out video, I didn't show like actual clips from the videos because of their, of all these guys, not just RageGaming, but the other 3 people I showed. I was a little worried about their like ethics and stuff, so I didn't want to put actual clips because I was scared they would like copyright strike the video or something, but you know, whatever. It's fine if it happens.
Really helps. Really helps. Now, for pricing items, the trick is simple. Look at something and generally guess the value. On this, I put 5 exalted orbs just to see if it sells. As time passes and I find that it's not selling, I'll lower the price by however much I feel
maybe I was wrong.
Maybe I'll start to get messages on this. Maybe I won't. Over time, I'll lower the price. But I will give it a kind of deadline, because I don't want this sat in my space, in my stash, forever. If it doesn't sell, it's not actually worth anything. The thing is, some items are going to be worth more and will take some time to sell. So it's important to give them a chance. On the other hand, you might list something and find there's a lot of interest for it. Well, that's a good thing, but it does mean that you've undervalued the item. So if I put something up for 5 exalted orbs and I have this wall of whispers, I know that I could probably sell that for 10 orbs or maybe a lot more. So relist it for more expensive than you thought and see if the massive wall of whispers continues. If it does, you need to raise the price again. You do that until the whispers slow down, but there's still at least one or enough of them that you can actually sell it. This will then also help you understand the value of items because now you have a bit of experience. You realized, hang on, that had a lot of resistance or high rarity of items, maybe had a lot of physical as a martial weapon, and this builds the experience to know how to correctly list things. But worst case scenario, you list something for too expensive and it doesn't sell for a while, you lower the price.
Okay, I mean, I was kind of... Well, no, that's kind of my bad. That is kind of my bad. That's not what I thought he said.
And then it does sell. Or vice versa, you raise it and get more. If you're not looking to do, you know, lots of careful...
Oh, wait, this might be it right here.
Specific listing.
Okay, wait, here it is. There
is another thing you can do.
Here it is. Okay. That almost got me. I almost thought I was wrong for a second.
Called dump tabbing. So what you do is instead of doing each item individually priced, you set the exact price on all of the items. So if I were to put this into that, I would be changing
maybe I was wrong, I don't know.
Single item's value all at once. They would all be listed as one divine orb. And so what I could do is have a full tab dedicated to this concept. Let's say I listed the entire thing for 10 exalted orbs. I could go do a run, come back with a bunch of items, dump them in here, and see if any of them sell for exalted orbs without me even thinking about it. After a couple hours, I'll have a few items, quite a few items in there that didn't sell for 10. So I'll put them in a different tab worth 5 or less, or manually list them. Having a dump tab means you can just kind of dump it all in there and then just readjust the prices based on whether you got interest over it, loads of interest, or none. Certainly a convenient thing, but you'll have to buy multiple premium tabs to be able to do that. And whether you want to do that with your microtransaction currency is up to you. Lastly, really helps.
This is my bad.
Now for if it doesn't sell, it's not actually worth anything. The thing is, some items are going to be worth more and will take some time to sell. So it's important to give them a chance. You need to raise the price again. You do that until the whispers slow down, but there's still at least one or enough of them that you can actually sell it. This will then also help you.
Yeah, that's kind of my bad. Kinda. That's like 90% my bad. Right here is kind of...
Or maybe a lot more. So relist it for more expensive than you thought and see if the massive wall of whispers continues. If it does, you need to raise the price again. You do that...
Like right there, he's encouraging constantly raising the price. I'd say it's like 85% my bad there. It's my bad. It's not as bad as I thought. What's wrong with this? Have you Have you ever complained about trade site and wondering why the first 20 whispers never respond to you? Have you ever wondered why that happens? It's because of this. Partially because of this. It's like 90% this. Everybody complains about this. Every single person in the game complains about nobody responding on trade. I don't think encouraging that is a good thing. And I will admit, most of what he said is like fine. This particular point though is what is wrong with trade for most players. But what you should do is start high. You start high and go low. You don't list it for 1, you get 1 million trades. You list it to 3, you get 1 million trades. You list it to 5, you get 1 million trades. Yeah, but the way, he said if you price it too low by accident, you raise it. But then he said you can keep raising it over and over. No, just jack the price way up.
Massive wall of whispers.
Don't do it 5 times.
Relist it.
Dude, if you've traded frequently or over a long period of time, you always get one guy who you'll whisper him. You'll see him relist it for 5 more exalts. You'll whisper him again. He will raise it 5 more exalts. you'll whisper and this is a chain that will continue forever. This has happened to me on so many occasions, and it's infuriating. And this is the kind of the core issue of the what people have their main issue with trade. But like, yeah, if you underlist it once and then you just raise it up a ton, sure, that's fine. Or like you get spam. Okay, here's what happens: you get spammed for your price that's too low. You take it out. You go to the trade site and you research what it's cost. You don't just gradually raise the price, which is what he said.
For more expensive, they probably sell that for 5 exalted orbs, and I have this wall undervalued the item. So if I put something up for 5 exalted orbs and I have this wall of whispers, I know that I could probably sell that for 10 orbs or maybe a lot more. So relist it for more expensive than you thought.
If you get spammed for an item and you relist it for 5 exalts more, you are a dickhead. That's like you have something for sale in real life for like $3 and someone's like, all right, I'll give you 3. And then you're like, nah, can you do 5? Like, you are a dickhead.
And see if the massive wall of whispers continues. If it does, you need to raise the price again. You do that until the whispers slow down, but there's still at least one.
Okay, so yeah. 80% my fault calling him out for this. Most of what he said is fine. It's this specific part where he implies you just keep raising it gradually.
There are enough of them that you can actually sell.
That's the problem.
This will then also help you understand the value of items, because
you know what'll help you understand the value of the item? If you just look it up on the trade site and price it properly.
Get offers. Then vice versa. If you listed it too low,
you do not. If you get spammed, you do not take your item, price it up 2 exalts, and do that every time you keep getting whispers until you don't get whispers. That's what people do. That is not what you do.
You'll get a lot of whispers suddenly, and now you know you need to raise the price a little bit because you probably listed it too cheap. Now from this experience, you want to work out why the item was listed too expensive.
Just look it up on the trade site.
Or too cheap, and gain experience. With that, you'll be better at listing items for accurate prices in the future from the start. But then, amazingly, DS Lilly goes on to suggest almost exactly what I said in the video, as though I didn't say it in the video. And
yeah, I admit I was wrong on that, but he encouraged the bad part too.
It comes off like you didn't really listen to what I had to say and just assumed.
It is very hard to listen to what he has to say, I'll be honest.
What was said. Another example was said that we say weird things and then contradict them later. Obviously,
weird thing? Oh.
I'm not sure where I've done that or any of us have done that. But obviously we weren't given an example, so I can't really talk about it. But one example of a weird thing was...
I'm too lazy to find an example of that, but...
regards to say when I talked about the breach mechanic. I suggested that when clearing breaches, I like to clear the main pack around the center where it's most dense, and then as soon as it slows down, I go out in a direction. If the layout of the dungeon leads to like a dead end or the density slows down, I'll turn back and push a different hallway to try to maintain that density. And it seems again like that wasn't listened to and some sort of assumption was made. Finally, the only other thing I can talk about was a brief reference to the Ascendancy Rankings video that Zach made. DS Lilly stated that it's not as bad as expected, but how we go about it isn't something they agree with, stating that the video is based off ladder rankings, which isn't a fair way to judge build strength. Maybe it's a fair take, but it is a video.
It's 100% a fair take.
Based on build power tied to ladder rankings as an initial way to gauge things.
Wait, what?
But it is a video based on build power tied to ladder rankings.
No, it's not based on build power. It's based on where they are in the rankings, which has nothing to do with build power.
As an initial way to gauge things. Maybe it's not.
Why is he just constantly putting up screenshots of random commenters thanking him?
100%.
Like, dude, I could upload a piece of my poop on YouTube and people would be like, thanks, queen.
Accurate to build power overall, but it's still the topic of discussion. In the end, then, that's the topics that DS Lilly...
They took their time to screenshot all of these comments, open up DaVinci Resolve or Sony Vegas, and they input all of these. Think about that.
Brought up, alongside some pretty big claims that obviously we disagree with. It was said at the end of the video that game tourists are fine if they don't lie for views. I don't know that we're game tourists.
You are game tourists. You are game tourists. All it means is you play different games when they come out and then you stop playing when they're not new anymore. Nothing wrong with that. That's not the problem.
But I do know that we don't intentionally lie for views.
Okay. Okay, so they don't intentionally lie. They're just extremely misleading. What do you call that?
So I hope I've covered that. I hope that it was just a misunderstanding. I've never made a video like this.
There is zero misunderstanding. Although I will say I kind of misunderstood what they said about listing because I just heard the bad part and ignored the good parts. So yeah, I mean, it was like 80% good and then one really, really bad thing.
Before, and I don't plan to again. If I leave you with anything, let me just say again, do not attack DS Lilly over this.
Yeah,
we're just going to move
agree.
on. If we're disliked by...
Do not attack... No, I'm just kidding. Do not attack him. I don't care if you attack me. You can say whatever you want to me. I don't give a shit. But don't harass him.
For the creator, it sucks, but people can dislike who they want. It's just unfortunate that with...
In fact, I would rather you harass me than give me compliments that are stupid.
This case, a large amount of people from that community came over, disliked our videos, left a lot of nasty comments. So we need to say something. But you know, we've also had quite a few people come over and...
I'm gonna be like, I mean, saying that is honestly, it's like saying don't say stupid things to the other person is like a cop-out. It's kind of like I'm legally obligated to say this, right? Like no matter what you say, people are gonna say stupid shit. That's what people do. Like it's obviously implied to any rational, decent human being, but the internet is just filled with gremlin cave goblins that will, on any chance they get, just give people dog shit and harass them. And I mean, like saying don't do that to these goblins is not gonna do anything. But yeah, don't do it.
Look at what was being claimed and didn't find it. Dexy Kai was one of those here who, because
they're talking this same guy.
All of this, watched our videos and found that it is useful for new players, which is the point. I'm happy to say that it looks like Dexy
How do new players know if it's useful or not? They're new. They don't know what's good.
Kai makes videos too. So if you want to go spread some support instead of hate.
Oh my god, a new unlimited source of content just happened. I didn't know that guy makes videos.
I'm happy to say that it looks like
an unlimited source of content has just been unlocked. Cold fusion and PoE builds has just been unlocked. An infinite energy source. The wormhole has been opened. I've found another one.
So if you want to go spread some support instead of hate, let's do that. We're going to continue to make videos dedicated to the topics we think are relevant and useful at the time as new players, for new players. We know a lot of what we make is appreciated, and that's all that really matters. I'll have been showing a wall of positive comments we got while this has been going on throughout the video, so let's just leave it at that. For now, I've been Hollow, you've been you, thank you for watching, see you next time. Hey guys.
Wow, okay, that was wow, that was incredible. That was incredible. Oh my god, a whisper for 3 divines. Should I list it for 4? That was good. That was a good video. That was much better than I was expected. That was actually incredible. That does, if I wish, I want to hear a round of applause for that one. I need to bring back the applause channel point. Oh, I need to look at the comments, of course. How could I be so silly?
Hey guys,
I forgot about the comments. I know a lot of people will come here, I know a lot of people will come here just like be angry and not watch a single second of this, but that's in the video. This will not be a back and forth. This is our one and only response to, ironically, the misinformation being spread about us. You can either continue to believe the false accusation backed by zero evidence, or supporting examples, or you can actually watch 2 minutes of any of our guides and realize, as the hundreds of comments we have shown realize, while we make our quality, helpful tips towards understanding this complex game, that we're still understanding ourselves, and that's what we'll continue to do. If you can be reasonable and contribute to this discussion in a respectful way, that would be great. If not, I'd ask you, please make yourself clearly happy or never watch one of our videos again. I don't know. I think one of the happiest times when I'm streaming is when I'm reacting to a RageGaming video. Shit's hilarious. Oh man. Is he actually just gonna sit here and reply to all these comments? I mean, maybe he's like me where he thinks it's funny and he likes to bait people. It could be. I don't really get that vibe from him. But I don't know. Maybe he thinks it's funny. I hope he thinks it's funny. I hope he's like, I'm baiting these noobs. Now I'm gonna bait these people in the comments too. I would have respect for that, I'm not gonna lie. If he I would have respect for that. If he's just trolling people. There are no issues with you making videos for casual players in PoE. What our video is about is you referring to something as the best one is not. The video should be labeled great currency strat for casual players. PoE 1 and 2 are unforgiving games. If players invest into something in this game and it doesn't work out, they simply log off. Calling something the best in this game is pretty much always incorrect. Thank you. This guy knows what he's talking about. So what about all of these videos that have best in the title? They're probably actually the best. Because I know when to use that word. Let's see. I mean, I could have slipped through the cracks a few times and done it when I shouldn't have. Let's see. I'll admit I might have done it 1 or 2 times when I shouldn't have. It is tempting. It's very tempting. It's like shooting up with crack. Like, you want to do the next hit, but you're like, oh man, I know I shouldn't, but it feels so good to type best in the title. You just get so many more views. Like, it's so tempting. Best is like an infinite money cheat code on YouTube. Let's see. When was the last time I used best in a title? I do use that word sometimes. It's typically on things that are actually the best, though. Let's see. Where do I use it? Tell me if I miss one. Well, it might be, oh, what is the best build in PoE 2? Okay, let's see what's in this video. Alright, if anybody is telling you what the best builds are right now, or any kind of concrete information that they'd say is basically fact, ignore them. It's ridiculous. We don't know anything. Do you understand that? Get that in your head. Stop looking at builds. You look at ideas, but if anybody's presenting things as the best or whatever, they're clowns and you should ignore them. Ah. Okay. I found one that says best. There we go. That was pretty misleading, huh? Let's see, what else do we got here? Best build to rush to 50 in the mystery box and settlers event. And it's Arma Cremation Templar, which pretty much the best. That is actually like the best leveling build. For like, yeah, okay. So it actually is the best leveling build. Some of the best builds, and I bet it's actually gonna be some of the best builds. Let's see. We got Archmage Ice Nova. Yeah, that's one of the best builds. We got yeah, another Archmage is definitely one of the best builds. Lightning Strike Slayer, that is definitely one of the best builds. Lightning Strike Trickster, yeah, that's probably the best build of the league. Locust, yep, that is definitely one of the best builds too. Definitely one of the best builds. Earth Shatter Jug was definitely one of the best starters. Yeah, maybe these Retaliate ones aren't. But I think I want a different kind of playstyle than usual. Go Retaliate, Glad, and block everything that hits you, then throw it back at their face. The damage is pretty decent. The defense is great unless you happen to get hit by a big attack, and you also happen to not. Alright, maybe the Retaliates aren't quite the best, but Bama Guardian is definitely one of the best. Arv Chieftain, definitely one of the best. Okay. I got maybe one build there wrong. Wait. Also got Retaliate, Eviscerate, Ignite Elementalist. We're gonna do a little bit of hipster. You don't want to do Bleed or Gladiator. So don't want to get stuck with Bleed. You can go Eviscerate, Ignite Elementalist. I'm not super familiar with this build, but the damage seems alright. It's definitely gonna be on the squishier side. You are an Elementalist. Decent clear speed. Probably not so great bossing. I go for the overview of the build and I present it objectively and accurately. Okay, I mean, sure, you can crucify me over that, I guess. One build in here is questionable, and I say it's questionable. Let's see, what else do we got for best? What do I got for best? Best gauntlet builds, and I'm gonna open it, it's gonna be the best gauntlet builds. Yeah, okay. That's cool. Yeah. The reach level for every class to reach level 95, and it happens to be those are some of the best builds. They're actually some of the best builds to reach level 95. See, that's the difference. I actually know what the best is. Yeah, what else do we got here? The best build I've played, yeah. That is definitely one of the best builds I've played. The best build I've played is kind of a cop-out, but this build actually is like the best build of the league, so you know, it's not even really a cop-out there. And of the best late game builds to reroll, yeah, I'm gonna bet these are some of the best late game reroll builds. Yeah, Molten Strike Zenith Jug, that is like definitely one of the best late game rerolls. Yep, Lightning Strike Trickster, that is definitely, yep, okay. Yeah, we got a lot of some of the best late game, yep, okay. So I'm actually listing the best things and not just saying random things. I see, I see. Alright, well, you get the point. Some of the best league starters. Last one. And I'm gonna click on this and it's gonna be some of the best league starters. Yep, okay. Yep, it actually is. What do you know? I didn't lie. It actually is the best. Okay. Thanks for the sub, King and Unique Para. I don't understand why folks can't just watch the video, and if they don't like the content, don't watch it again. Life can be as simple as that. I mean, that's what people do. I personally enjoy your content, don't pay much attention to titles that most people put out because I know you're trying to get eyeballs just like every other content creator. There's the information within the video that you base your judgment on, and I find your information reliable. Jesus Christ. It's a shame the thread we were talking in seemingly got deleted or alternatively hidden by you or YouTube. I wrote a new long and good reply, but repeating myself is annoying. What's happening there? Hey, why can't I see this? Yosh, hold on. Remember that guy's name. Is this going to be gone if I refresh the page? Yosh TG.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Okay, let me see. Let me scroll down a bit so it gets to the bottom. Yosh TG. It's gone, dude. It's gone. His comment's gone. He deleted the comment. Yosh TG. It's gone. Holy. Actually, there's no need to be hype or literal. People make decisions based on their feelings, not logic. In an ideal world, this wouldn't be the case, but it's a fact live. This is why thumbnails work. If you want to be pedantic, you can't ever make the claim that something is the best because it assumes you know everything past, present, and future. No, I know what is the best build in PoE 1 right now at this current time. Even the developers can't make that claim and they design the systems. What is this guy talking about? When we use the term best, we mean it colloquially. It is best with caveat A, B, and C. Yeah, and then he doesn't give the caveats. He just says it's the best. Unfortunately, the PoE community is toxic garbage in my experience, some of the creators included. Not sure about Lilly, I don't watch her content, but she sounds like a gatekeeper that wants to keep people watching only the content of the top 1% from that video's description. Okay, well, this happens every time someone mentions the word gatekeeping. You can pretty much assume they're a fucking idiot. They say the word gatekeeping without knowing what it means. They call me reacting to something gatekeeping when they're telling me not to react to it. Do they not realize they are gatekeeping me from reacting by saying I shouldn't react to it? Literally everyone is new to the game, so this doesn't make me want to support her content if I was ever inclined to be. I don't get it. You want you want to follow creators who are not going to tell you when you're fucking up. You want to follow the creators that are going to just give you garbage on a plate and not tell you if they messed up or whatever. Sadly, I've seen several of them be very anti-casual and anti-new player and gatekeepery. That video came up and chose not to watch it because it seemed like drama farming to me, but it's also kind of uninformed. But other people are like, hey, good job making a budget-friendly version of my super high budget build. Okay, that has nothing to do with what the video I made. They also don't want others cutting in on their territory because their livelihoods are literally on the line if they don't get enough views, so you're going to make a significantly more valid comment than that. Then to convince me some of these creators are being completely altruistic. Dude, YouTube is like 5% of my revenue. Also, they're literally game tourists. I don't care if they're gonna make videos for 2 weeks. They're not taking anything. I laughed watching your video. She was right on a couple things, but the vibe is wrong. Your vids are lit for new players. Your vids of my PoE 2 experience amazing. I felt sad when I see your comment yesterday finding out about the girl's video. Water off a duck's back, man. I thought she was a shit-stirring, drama-dealing elitist. I mean, I do like stirring shit, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't do it if it's not based in truth. Hey, thanks for the gift subs, King and Demaru. I followed your guys' builds for a ton of games. Maybe I don't quite reach the same output, but that's likely on my end. You guys put in plenty of time into new games. Come out with pretty solid understanding of builds. I've never had personal experience with a bad build from you guys. Oh my god, everybody in their comments is baited. I said nothing about his videos. I said nothing about the builds they make. Holy, look at this. His entire comment section, every single one that is positive, is just getting baited by this guy's video in live time. Live time, they're getting baited by this guy's video that had nothing to do with the video I made. Not one sneeze in the whole video. 0 to 10, what a waste of time. If people on the trading part though, listing an item, getting a lot of whispers and raising the price might be seen as trading in bad faith, which some people don't like. On one hand, grabbing a godlike item for dirt cheap is nice, but on the other hand, feeling like I have undersold an item is horrible. If people feel like that's bad faith, they're silly. It's the only way new players can accurately price their guild without individually checking the website. Bro, why don't they check the website? Yeah, so you could either like, you know, throw your trash in your pocket in the trash on the side of the street, or you could just like throw it in the street. Why not? I mean, like, it's the only way you can throw your trash in the street without actually going to the trash bin. There's no big deal with that, dude. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of trash in the street, but they just can't make it to the trash bin. Ugh. Sniffing everyone's comments is masturbatory. Well, this was a good content window. Lol, I like you guys, but in Lilly, but this comment section is gonna be filled with Lilly Sim. Sorry, boys, keep doing your thing. Yeah, because he's deleting the comments. We saw it in real time. Let's see if I can find a negative comment. I will refresh the video and see if it's still there. I mean, okay. I think you can delete your own comments, so it's possible that somebody is deleting their own comment. But I think they're all gone. He's too fast. Okay, I mean, this could be like schizo from me and they're just deleting their own comments. It is entirely possible. Anyways. Let's see, is there any? I mean, I think he's here right now, so we might stop. And what's up, dude? We're cool. Just, please stop misleading people. Nothing personal. Do you get a notification if your comment was deleted? Oh, let's see. Okay, this one is, I mean, okay, 32 minutes ago. All right, let's see. I mean, I don't do personal beef. I just do content beef. Oh. Full content window. I don't know. I've got nothing else. Keep making your bag, dude. Listen, if you know it, I respect the grind if you know what you're doing and you're like trolling people. I respect the grind. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate anybody for tricking idiots on YouTube. I respect the grind, but I'm gonna call it out. Do what you gotta do, but hey, can you make another reaction video of that? I know you're here. We will both benefit from this. Let's manufacture this. Let's keep it going. You said you'd only do it once, but I know you got it in you. Let's do it again. I'm so down, dude. Wait, this is the perfect video that I can post it like I'm like this, and I'm like, I didn't want to have to make this video. This is my, dude, this is my baptism into shit YouTubing. This is like my reawakening. Can you link that in chat? Because I don't have Discord on my game PC. Hey, please don't DMCA my video. Thank you. If you're still here. We're both benefiting. We're both getting more views. Don't DMCA me. You're gonna get more views. You're not gonna lose any views from this. Don't even worry about that. You're gonna get more views. I promise. You're gonna get more. Do not DMCA me, please.